Hello. Oh my gosh. I hope and pray that everything is going to work today as it should. I was so frustrated last night. Like, so frustrated last night because I don't know, what happened. Hey, hey, everybody. Thank you so much for being patient with me yesterday. I am so sorry. I don't know what happened yesterday, but I was definitely feeling a little frustrated with like the computer just not working. Like it kept saying that I was scheduling the live, and I'm like, no, I'm not scheduling anything. Like I literally click like go live right now, like not due in 10 minutes. I clicked go live right now. So and then I was able to like see everything in the chat. Like you guys are in the chat right now. I was able to see all of that, but you couldn't hear me. You couldn't see me. So it was just weird. And I figured, let me just like give up for a little while and come back on today. You know what? I have not been on YouTube today or TikTok, so I have no idea what's going on. I did just get on TikTok for like 5 minutes before I got in the shower, and I saw one video that Gypsy had posted like to her stories where she was like heavily promoting her page. I haven't been on her page in a few days, so I'm not really sure like how many more followers she has or how many more subscribers she has, and if she's posted any new videos. So I can look that up right now and see what's going on, because I always look it up not on YouTube. I go to YEW tube, because Gypsy won't get paid if you go and look it up through YEW tube rather than, YOU tube. So if you like are nosy and you want to just see what's going on, but you don't want her to get money, go to hold on, let me put it in the chat. That rather than. Are you serious? She's reporting comments like on creators pages or on her own. Hey y'all. Hey Hannah. Hold on. Thank you for liking the live. Okay, it looks like she's up to 22,000 subscribers on YouTube. Hey, Carrie, which is weird considering she hasn't really posted anything new. Like the last thing that she posted was Sunday, and it was that boring ass daily vlog. I don't understand why she goes after all these small creators. Like, why do you fucking care so much? Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Hannah. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. I hope you had a good day. So, hey, Mandolin. So, there's nothing new on her specific YouTube page. My question was after everything that happened over the weekend, what she did on Sunday going into OME TV, for her to post on her TikTok or Instagram, whatever she was posting to, she acts like she did nothing wrong. Like she did absolutely nothing wrong. Thank you so much for the gifts. And that is weird to me. Like, how is it that you can have all these displays of like immaturity and questionable behavior and then just act like nothing happened and move it right along. Now, I know that if I was somebody who lived in the public eye, I would not address everything either. But if somebody was calling me a pedophile or saying that I was doing pedophilic things, I think I would want to at least address that. I mean, that's how I feel. Like, I feel like I would want to, ease everyone's concerns, but it sounds like with everything else she does, it sounds like she is trying to excuse it away. Like it's no big deal. Like, yeah, like it's no big deal, which is crazy because, hey, Jess, because it is a big deal when you are a grown ass adult talking to young children on an app. That is a big deal. And I don't know if anyone else has gotten online to like the cyber crimes unit, but I went on to their website and I reported her. I reported her. I made a report. I told them where she lives, what she was doing, and yes, and throwing the hand signals. I also put in my report that she has utilized the internet to manipulate an autistic person into committing a crime for her in previous years, and that she absolutely knows how to manipulate people into being subservient to her and doing what it is that she wants them to do, and that she is absolutely a danger to anyone under the age of 20. Yeah, she was weird with Ryan's nephew right when she first got out. I remember that. I remember that. I think that I definitely should not be the only one putting a report in. If you saw what happened, I think that you should definitely put a report in too. Um, I don't know how they investigate, like how it works, like what they need in order to start an investigation. But I feel like the best thing that we can do to protect other people on the internet is to at least make the report. At least make the report, knowing what we know about her, knowing what we know about the manipulation. Hey, JJ, knowing what we know about the manipulation that she has been able to accomplish in the past, and her having, access to so many people online is a heavy concern. And somebody else posted like this website. Hold on. My daughter's at the beach with her friends. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the roses. Hey, Katrina. Okay. Let me try to find it. The way that she doesn't understand that she has so many eyes on her. It's hey Darlene, it's not like she is somebody like you and me, I reported that she was a danger basically to anyone underage, that she was on the app, that she was doing hand gestures, and that I felt like she is displaying predatory behavior basically. Thank you, Katrina. So I put all of that in a report and sent it off and absolutely gave them my information to contact me if they, if they needed more information. That I didn't see it, but other people saw it, and that she definitely matched with underage people. I didn't report it to the police. I reported it to the FBI. Like, I know that everybody's like, report it to the police first, but I live in a different city. So, like, and because it's online, I don't think that my city's police department is gonna care. Hayden, we're talking about Gypsy, Rose, and Ken being on OME TV. I don't think my local police department is going to give a shit. So, yes, that's what I did too, Alexandra. A cybercrime report. I attached the screenshots, a link to the video, everything. Yes, that's what I did. I Googled it and I was like, how do I report predatory behavior? Because that shit is absolutely predatory. I know a lot of people were like, oh, you're reaching by saying, this is like Paul and Carla. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not fucking reaching, because Gypsy has had those sick fantasies in her head for a very long time. The way that she romanticized her grandfather carrying her under the threshold like a husband carries his bride tells me that she is sick-minded. The way that she romanticizes her dad and being submissive to her dad like a sex slave, I'm not reaching. The girl is very hypersexual. She doesn't have any morals. She doesn't have any values. She doesn't have any integrity. She doesn't have any shame. So I would not put it past her at all to go after a child that is 13. That seems to be her number. That seems to be the number that she likes, is 13, which is fucking creepy. Yeah, that it was intentional. Yes, exactly. Sending pics to her dad, like risky photos. That is gross. It is gross behavior. So I had posted it on my I posted it on TikTok, I posted it on YouTube, I posted it on Facebook, and somebody commented and was like, if you're not going to report her, what was the point in this post? I was like, I did report her, and the point in this post is so other people will also go and report her as well. Like, I'm only one person, but I have almost 50,000 followers on TikTok, almost 4,000 followers on YouTube, almost 70,000 followers on Facebook, and almost 60,000 followers on Instagram. You combine all that up, that's a little over 250,000 people that can report her as well. And those are just my followers, not people that, see it because it's a public post, because I do post everything publicly, not just to my own followers. So if everyone who saw that post also went and reported her, we would get a lot done. You know what I'm saying? I've been so like on edge about that, not because I have younger kids. My kids are almost 18 and 20. But even at 18 and 20, I do feel like she would be able to manipulate them. Not because they're stupid, but because she is good at what she does. She has a way of mimicking you so well that you feel like you've known her forever. Exactly. She manipulated Bree, and Bree is my age. Like, She is a master at what she does. So it's not about, oh, these people are stupid and that's how they're able to be manipulated. No, it has absolutely nothing to do with your intelligence level and everything to do with whether or not you are fully healed and know how to spot a predator. And not everyone knows how to spot a predator, especially when they come in the size 4'11 with a sweet voice and, with looks that do not look intimidating. You know how some people just look intimidating. Like, whenever people meet me for the first time in person, people are intimidated by me just naturally. I could walk in the room with a smile on my face and people would still be intimidated by me. But she doesn't have that. She doesn't have that factor about her, and almost kind of reduces their what's the word that I'm trying, it almost reduces their stress level, because she's meek, she's tiny, she's frail, she looks like a little girl. It's just, yes, thank you, it's disarming. And she's very charming and calculated. Ted Bundy was the same way. And they knew what they were doing. They were absolutely predators. And I feel like she could absolutely hurt somebody's child. Yes, narcissists are masters of reading you and acting that way to get to you. And they also have a way of understanding whether or not you are healed to a certain point. Like, if you're still dealing with your own traumas. Because if you are still dealing with your own traumas and you haven't fully healed from that, they will use that against you in a way to manipulate you. Not to like threaten you that they'll use it against you, but they will use that to get closer to you, to make you feel seen, heard, supported, cared for. I'm doing well, Brittany. How are you? I don't know, Alexandra, if Ryan is going to say anything tomorrow during his live. I have a really good feeling that he is going to say something. I don't know what it's going to be, but I hope that he has finally, I hope that he's finally ready to stand up for himself. Yeah, we're going to watch it together, JJ. We're going to watch it together. Um I feel like he has a lot to say, and there's a lot that we want to know from Ryan. They do learn your vulnerabilities, and that's how they use it against you. Okay, so the whole Petals and Parole book, I don't know why people think that that was Gypsy. I haven't read the book. I don't know if it's her or not, but my first instinct is it's not her, because she's not smart enough. She's not smart enough to come up with something like creating a book and then selling it on Amazon. Like, she's not smart enough to figure out how to do that. I hate to be like that, but I just don't think that she's smart enough to do that. She does love to blackmail people. It's called emotional blackmail. I don't know that it was anyone in her immediate circle. I think that it was just somebody who doesn't really care for Ryan. and might be like a fan of gypsies. No, Ryan can say whatever he want. He specifically said in a previous live video that he did not sign an NDA. So he can say whatever he wants. Yeah, you're right. It could have been AI. I still don't think that she's smart enough to figure out how to post a book on Amazon and get paid for it. Like, I don't think she's smart enough to do that, but maybe she is. That was Melissa Moore and Michelle Mastrosani, something like that. Um, they were the ones that wrote the book initially. I did, Brittany. I did report Gypsy. I reported Gypsy to the cyber crimes unit for pedophiles. I don't think that I mean, I don't know. Bree and Gypsy are both kind of nuts. So I don't know if they could have worked in cahoots to get this book up and running. I only heard a little bit about the book, talking about telekinesis and like all this weird shit. I'm not going to spend my money on it, so I don't think Ryan lost his job either. My kids, not my kids, my daughter, because she'll be a senior next year. She is on summer break since last Monday. So I think that he's just on summer break. I don't think that he actually lost his job. And if he did, he could absolutely sue Gypsy and Bree for tortious interference, for defamation, for slander. Like, he'd actually have a really good lawsuit, and whatever money that Gypsy has and whatever trust that she has, he would end up with all of that, because there is a paper trail from the time she got out of prison until today, where she has done nothing but slander, defame, bully, intimidate him, using Lifetime, People Magazine, TMZ, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. She's used all these platforms to bully and harass and intimidate and humiliate him. So he would absolutely have like a really good case against her if he chose to sue her. Yeah, the live is tomorrow. Ryan's live is tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that's actually 9 p.m. for me where I am, because I'm on Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, we'll watch it tomorrow. So we'll start the live at 8 per usual and do our little bitty chit chat. And then I'll go into Ryan's live. I might have to sign into my backup account in order to be in his live and be on TikTok live at the same time. I don't know if she's going to get a season 3 or not. There's a part of me that thinks that having a season 3 would be too risky for Lifetime, like too much of a liability. But then there's another part of me that remembers when 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom and those shows were on MTV, and they were filming these girls doing drugs while having their kids, and they did nothing to step in and stop any of that. So part of me feels like the crazier the scenario, the more drama, the more drugs, alcohol, and drama, the more likely they would be to engage and want to film all that. So there's a part of me that believes that they might do a season 3 with the idea that Gypsy might spiral out of control and they want to get that on film. Hey, William. Hey, Empress. I don't, Empress. We only got like a very small portion of that video. Yes, Buffy, I'll be on tomorrow when he's on. And yes, Lost Little Ones, our society is ass backwards. Gypsy should definitely be rotting in jail. So that's a really good question. Would she have done it if she got a season 3? Here's the thing. She might not know yet if she's going to get a season 3. She might not know. And one thing that we do know is there's been a lot of rumors, lots of speculation that people with criminal history is no longer allowed on TikTok. Not, hey, Amber, hey, Star, not just because of like Gypsy, but because there's new TikTok like creator rules. And a lot of people were saying that she's no longer allowed on TikTok because of these new rules, stating that if you've, committed a crime within the last however long, or if you've used the platform in a weird way, that you can no longer monetize. So I think that the reason why she immediately left was because she probably heard, number one, she got demonetized. Number two, she probably heard that there was a risk that she might not be able to monetize again on TikTok. I know Gypsy did say that she was able to get her monetization back, but you can't trust anything that comes out of her mouth. I mean, literally nothing. So, do I believe that she's gotten her monetization back? No, I don't. Because again, you can't trust anything that she says. And if there are other creators like Amber, is it Amber Dawn, who is a felon who was on TikTok? She's the blonde girl, Dove, Amanda Dove. She's blonde haired, and she always talks about her like prison stories and that sort of thing, and like what not to do if you don't want to go to prison and that sort of stuff. I really like her because she's like trying to share an actual message. But she posted on her TikTok, I want to say a week ago, that she was transferring over to YouTube as well, because yes, Amanda Dove. No, is she a Gypsy supporter? Shut up. If that is true, I'm no longer going to support her. Gypsy definitely thinks that her life is a movie. Definitely. Oh no, she doesn't know the story then. She must not know the story if she's a supporter, for sure. I am so anxious to hear what Ryan has to say tomorrow. I hope it's something good. I hope he doesn't keep us on like a cliffhanger and then, not end up saying anything at all, because I would be so pissed. I really love Morgan Elena too. So I was watching this 4-part series on Hulu about Sherry Papini. If you do not know who Sherry Papini is, her and Gypsy are like identical twins in how they think, act, and lie. I mean, Sherry Papini is a liar through and through, just like Gypsy. They are basically one and the same. And I watched this. That's what I was doing today. I was watching the Sherry Papini 4-part series on Hulu to get a little bit of background on that. And hey, Laurel, and listening to Sherry Papini talk about her story and like the lie after lie after lie after lie after lie, it just made me think about Gypsy, because you can tell that both Gypsy and Sherry believe the stories that they are telling. Like they lie so much that they don't know what's real and what's fiction anymore. Like Sherry was in this documentary, she was literally acting like she was an actress. Like she was playing a part. That's how delusional these people get. That's how delusional they get. Is she was literally acting like she was a star in a movie playing a role. And and it's like, how can you be so out of touch with reality? And they do. They believe their own lies. They believe they are in a different reality than the one that they're actually in. And they believe that they are victims. At one point in that docuseries, you could hear Sherry Papini even go as far as to blame her ex-husband, the man that she left and cheated on and was hiding from, Keith. She was blaming him, saying that it was his fault. And that's what sociopaths do. They're always going to kind of shift the blame onto someone else because they don't want to take accountability for their actions, because they get so caught up in the story that they're telling that it's so far from the truth at this point that they don't even know what the truth is anymore, because they've sold so many lies, lie after lie after lie after lie after lie, that they don't even know what the truth is anymore. I bet Gypsy doesn't even know what the truth is. For Gypsy, the truth is whatever is going to get her paid. That's it. And the same thing with Sherry, because apparently Sherry's coming out with a book too. And it's just like, how in God's name is anyone supposed to believe anything that these women say when they've told so many lies? So many lies. I don't know if you guys, yes, she's writing a book. Yeah, Sherry Papini is writing a fucking book. She even got all the people in prison to believe her bullshit story that she was kidnapped. That she was kidnapped and tortured and raped and, beaten and all these different things by her ex-boyfriend, whatever. I did, Christy. I thought it was funny. It's so weird. Melissa Moore is the ghostwriter, and so is Michelle Mastrosani. Yeah, there's a random song. I think somebody sent it to me. Hold on. Okay. Somebody. Damn it. Okay. What we were talking about was the hand signals just a minute ago. Oops. So, can you, my light is in the way. Can you see what that says? Let me try to straighten it up. Two fingers on the shoulder means couple wanting one more person. Did y'all see that? I think Gypsy has the mentality and maturity of a 13-year-old. I think that's why she's so stuck on the number 13, because that's where her mind mentally is stuck. And yes, they do want another body. They want somebody that they can manipulate into doing sex acts. Like, it's not hard to understand what it is that, oh, okay. So, you know what? Maybe she didn't get a season 3. Not yet. Because here she is actively promoting, let me mute it, actively promoting her TikTok page. I mean, her YouTube on her TikTok. She hasn't posted anything on TikTok. She's actually deleted content from her TikTok. So she's trying to get people to move over to her YouTube page. She says, continue the journey with us. We're navigating the beautiful chaos of parenthood while balancing the unique challenges of living in the spotlight, all while trying to keep life as normal as possible in a not so normal world. Through our YouTube vlog, we'll be sharing raw, real, and honest moments as parents, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. I can't remember how many followers she had. Hey, Charlie, I can't remember how many followers she had on her last YouTube page before she decided to get rid of it. But I want to say it was like 30,000 followers. I could be wrong. One of y'all correct me. She's desperate. She is desperate. My understanding is that you have 9 million followers on TikTok, and you can't get even 1 million of those people to follow you to YouTube. That's a problem. She can, though, William. She can work a regular job. She just doesn't want to. She can work a regular job. She can, like, work from home. Yeah, Bajork, I have been reporting her page and her content since she put it up. She could work a normal job. She can work a normal job. She can definitely, if she knows how to run a computer, she can work a normal job from home, because there are so many like work from home jobs that she can do. She doesn't like being told what to do. But neither do I. I still have to work a normal job. I don't know if those followers are going to translate into views. Especially, Charlie, we're going to watch the Prison Confessions episode 3 in just a minute. Do you still want to come up? I don't like people telling me what to do either. But, I mean, even okay, even if even when you work for yourself, you still have people telling you what to do. because you don't necessarily, I mean, I work for myself, but I don't. I mean, I have clients, so I work for my clients. Even though my business is mine, I wouldn't have my business without my clients, and my clients tell me what to do. So, I mean, they love me and I love them, but it takes time to build a rapport. And I haven't seen Gypsy be consistent with anything, nothing. And that's the thing. When you work a regular job, you have to be consistent. She's so inconsistent. And that's why I don't think that her YouTube channel will do well, because she's not consistent. She thinks that she can just get on and post whenever she wants, grace the internet with her presence, and be fawned all over. And that's just not how it works. Like, you have to be committed to uploading content pretty much every single day, even if it's just one small video.
Not just that. She has her comment section off in the new YouTube.
Oh yeah. And she has all her comments off. And what and what Alexandra is saying is that family vlogs are now under watch because of all the child ABUSE. And it's like, if she had brought up the vlog 10 years ago, yeah, she probably could have made a good bit of money with it. But now everyone knows that family vlogging is basically child ABUSE. So nobody wants to support that anymore. So I don't think that she realizes that her videos, like, her infamy isn't going to translate into views and subscribers on YouTube the way that she thinks it's going to. And I'm leaning towards that not all of those subscribers are actually hers either. I think that some of them are bought. Because I personally do not think that she has 22,000 people that give a shit about what she's doing. I don't. I think there might be a good 4,000 people that truly care. And that's about it. Yeah, family vlogging was so 10 years ago. You can report her channel to the FTC. Yep, you can report her channel to the FTC. She definitely is going to be showing her child. Once she realizes that people aren't interested in her and Ken, it'll all be about the baby. Everything. Young people are enamored with the idea of talking to someone who's been on TV. I mean, you remember what it was like when you were younger. If I could have just had the opportunity to talk to like Christina Aguilera or Mariah Carey, like, I would have fawned all over them. And that's what Gypsy thinks that people think of her. Like she's some Christina Aguilera or Mariah Carey. She's not. But that's what she wants to be. She wants people to fawn all over her and like be excited to see her. And it's not. Uh-oh, my light went out. I think it needs charge.
A dog that we know that we can train for this circumstance. So we're going to keep you posted over the next few weeks. And
yep, it needs charged. Yes, she is definitely an actor. She's not really that great of an actress, though. I loved Mariah Carey. And I loved Christina Aguilera. And they're actually famous for something. But, she idolizes Kim Kardashian, who got famous for an SEX tape. She has absolutely no fucking talent at all. Yeah. Yes, and she was hoping for Kim K. And I watched that interview that she did with Kim K again. And I had a small clip that I wanted to talk about. Let me find it. I think it's this.
Caitlin's name is spelled with a C.
What was that, Charlie?
Caitlin's name is spelled with a C. She said, and Caitlin off Team Mom.
Oh, Kaylin or Caitlin. There's two girls that kind of sound similar. Caitlin was not the one that interviewed her on the podcast. Caitlin was the one who gave her daughter up for adoption. Kaylin is the one that has like 8 baby daddies that interviewed Gypsy. You're talking about Kale, yeah. The one with Isaac, yes. That's Kaylin Lowry. And she has the Kale and the Chaos YouTube channel. Yeah, Joe's baby mama. You know. Okay, so this was the interview that Gypsy did with Kim Kardashian at the beginning of January when she was still with Ryan. Okay, she was still with Ryan. This was 2024, pre-pregnancy. And this was, I don't know if this was aired on Gypsy's Life After Lockup or if this was aired on the Kardashians, but I want you to listen.
On our relationship.
Okay, so she's talking about Kim asked her, why didn't you reach out to your dad? That was the question.
On our relationship from him and I. And she created a fake Facebook account as me talking to him. Now looking back on it, I'm like, I could have.
Why would Dee Dee have created a fake Facebook account to pose as Gypsy to talk to her dad?
Why? There's no reason for that. I don't think Dee Dee ever did that.
I think obviously Gypsy is projecting like Gypsy does. And I believe that Gypsy was the one who created a fake Facebook account in order to talk to Christy and Rod. Those are the text messages that we've all seen where there's like misspellings and, lots of talking to Christy, lots of asking if Rod is around, like all of those text messages that look like they were written by a child. That was Gypsy. And I'm almost 100% positive that Gypsy was doing that and pretending to be Dee Dee, not just in Facebook text messages. I think that Gypsy was pretending to be Dee Dee and was applying for charities in Dee Dee's name without Dee Dee's knowledge. She was the one who was doing all the stunts and everything because she's like, crazy. Yes, Michelle, she is a danger.
I wish Ken would wake up, take the baby, get custody of the baby, and not let Gypsy have any time with the baby.
Well, now that we've seen them on Omegle, I have suspicions that the reason why Ken hasn't taken the baby is because Gypsy has probably promised him a lot of sexual type of intimate relations with other people, some kind of weird kink that he's waiting on. That's what I think the issue is. I think that he's waiting on these promises that Gypsy made to him about, bringing a third person into their relationship. whether it be female or male. I'm having a feeling that it's probably going to be another male, because Gypsy would not be able to handle another woman in their relationship with as jealous as she is about other females.
She's already jealous about Mia and Mia's boyfriend.
Yeah, I think that that too. Because somebody said that he's waiting because he's seen what Gypsy has done to Ryan. The longer she waits, the worse it's going to be for him, though. The longer he waits, the worse it's going to be. Because all this time, she is learning more and more about Ken and getting ammunition, because that's what narcissists and sociopaths do. They learn what they can about you, and then they use it against you whenever, it comes to the smear campaign, which is exactly what she's done to Ryan. She didn't really have a lot to use against Ryan. I have a feeling she'll have a lot more against Ken, like a lot more to use. I don't think either one of them should have the baby either. My personal opinion is that that child would be better off in an adopted family, not knowing who its mother is or who its father is. Thank you, honey bun. That's what I think.
Adoptees are 8 times more likely to be abused in adoptive homes, though.
I understand that.
Worst situation.
I understand that. I still think that they would be better off than with Gypsy.
True.
Hey, Gypshit. I'm good. How are you? Like, that's the thing too, though. I mean, as a woman in her mid 40s, I'm 42, almost 43, I would not want to be stuck raising one of my kids. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. If that's what Raina wants to spend her time doing, great. I don't think Christy's going to want to raise Gypsy's baby either. So I think the baby would be better off with somebody that doesn't know that family at all. So, in my personal opinion, they should just give that baby up. But they're not going to do that. Why? Because that's her meal ticket. That's her meal ticket. And they definitely want to utilize her and monetize off of her as much as they possibly can. Because she's already been doing it. She's been doing it since she got pregnant. She wanted to be pregnant to get the fake sympathy and all that for, this medical condition, because Gypsy has Munchausen. I'm very confident in saying that. Gypsy is the one with Munchausen syndrome. And now she's trying to figure out a way to continue to hold on to that attention supply. I don't know about that, Empress. Empress says that she thinks that they are getting HIGH on METH. I don't know about that. I don't want to speculate. I don't even want to I don't want to speculate, because if he's not and he is in recovery, or they, if he's in recovery, even the speculation could be a trigger for him to fall back into active addiction. So I don't want to speak on that at all. I don't think that that's true. In my personal opinion, I don't think that that's true. I do think that there's possibly some greenery going on, but I don't think that there's anything harder than that. You'd be able to see a noticeable change in appearance if he was using METH. Like, you'd be able to see a physical difference. I don't see the signs. I've been addicted to pretty much everything that you can think of except heroin, and I don't see the signs of a user. Hey, Marilyn. Okay, I'm going to put on the third episode. I'm going to flip you guys around. If y'all want to go. Yeah, I see the signs of a drinker for sure. For sure. Definitely drinking and definitely some greenery. What do they call it? Leafy greens? I don't know. Leafy greens. Magic lettuce? I don't know what they call it. But that's what I think is going on. I think that there's definitely a lot of alcohol going on. The devil's lettuce. Thank you. Am I going to ask any questions? I don't know. I probably will. Hey, Ariel. I probably will ask questions. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera around. Let me know if you can see everything okay once I get the camera around. I support the devil's lettuce too. I don't do alcohol, but every now and again I will, take like a gummy or something like that. And every now and again I will do like a little bit of mushrooms, not a lot, like microdosing. But that's about it. My live got restricted. Oh, because we were talking about substances. Oh, well. Okay, let me turn the light off. Did I mute it?
It's apparently muted.
Yeah, hold on. Let me rewind it. So you're trying to tell me that your mother had your birth certificate that showed your real age. Your mom goes into the Staples, comes out and shows you a birth certificate with a different age, and you just believe her? Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm sorry, but that is bullshit. Listen to the way that sounds. I had a birth certificate that had my real age on it. She went into the Staples. I don't know what she did in the Staples, but when she came out, the birth date was different, and she told me that this was the correct age. You're kidding. Like that. How do people believe this shit? Her mother's so concerned about her not finding love and not being happy. Like, I don't understand that part. She always talks about how her mother didn't want her to find love, didn't want her to be happy. No, I don't think that that's what it was. I don't think that that's what it was at all. But she never makes claims about, my mom just wanted to continue to abuse me and keep me isolated or anything like. She says she didn't want me to find love. That to me doesn't sound like you're in an abusive situation.
So I think that it's true.
I don't think the cow tongue thing actually happened. If it did, I believe it was Gypsy that did it, not Edie.
Somebody said that
it's true because
this whole cow tongue situation was more like a love spell, not a voodoo hex to prevent you from finding love, that it was more or less a like a love spell, like bringing two people together. Right. She never talks about how she hated being in the wheelchair, how she hated having her shaved head. It's always I was never going to find love. That's where her mind was at because she had a shaved head, because she was sitting in the wheelchair pretending to be a sick kid. She wanted away from that character that she had been having to play.
I'm like, well, I could just wait till she passes away naturally. But I didn't know how long.
I could just wait until my mom passes away naturally, but I didn't know how long that was going to be.
It's going to be. She could have lived to be 70
She could have lived to be 70 years old.
To do the things that I would want. Like have children and have a life of my own. So I really started to weigh out the pros and the cons and realizing that I needed to get out of this situation now.
That does not sound like somebody who is deathly afraid and being abused. The way that she worded that was like, we had a rift in our relationship and I felt like she needed to DIE, but it could have been years before that happened. So I needed to figure out a way to make it happen sooner. That's what I heard. You tell me what you heard.
I heard the same thing.
You heard the same thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
Now that we know what Gypsy thinks and how she, tries to excuse things.
Annabelle, for what happened to Marie Laveau's place. I think when it comes to Marie Laveau, she wanted, as an ancestor, she wanted to ignite her own place because the ancestors are getting fed up with how things are going here on Earth.
Am I still skipping on y'all's end on TikTok? Kimber, over here. I don't think she was muffin diving in prison. I think that's a lie too. I think that she was just saying that to get some kind of prison credibility. I feel like Gypsy, a lot of what Gypsy says is because she's trying to have this shock factor. I think that a lot of what she says is for shock value. And because when people are generally shocked by what you're saying, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to really question what it is that you're saying. And she knows that. So if she can continue to shock people, it kind of reduces the probability that people are going to question what it is that she's actually saying, because they're going to be so like, oh my God, that, oh my God. And she knows how to do that very.
Gypsy, if she would have pulled me aside.
Did you hear her? They were going, Kimber, sit. They were going to the movies 3 times a week. 3 times a week. How many abused children do you know are going to the movies 3 times a week. 3 times a week. When I was a young kid, I probably went to the movies maybe once or twice a year. Maybe once or twice a year. They were going 3 times a week. She was out and about all the time. She was not secluded, living in isolation with, with no access to the outside world. To me, sounds like her mother was trying to inform her, like, you're sick. All of these things that you've had all your life, you are going to struggle with for the rest of your life. Which we can still see today, a lot of these things that she struggles with. She's trying to pretend like she doesn't have anything wrong when she clearly is still very sick.
And I told her, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I hurt you. My mom was such a good master manipulator that she was able to split me right back.
Yeah, she's admitting that she needs special care. I had forgotten all about this being said.
Offloaded all of my anger and my questions. Like, why won't you let me have a normal
Why won't you let me have a normal life?
life?
Why is my life this way to begin with?
It's this way to begin with. And she just kept reiterating that she takes good care of me.
She's taking care of her
And
because she needs special care. This doesn't sound like an abusive mother. This sounds like a mother trying to explain to her child, you are a special needs child and I'm taking care of you. You're not gonna be able to live a happy, like, productive life with a husband and child because you are sick. I'm telling you, I think that she did all this shit to prove to her mom that she could have a baby, that she could be in a relationship, and that shit is failing miserably. Master manipulator, because that's what Gypsy is. Gypsy is the master manipulator. Gypsy has always been the master manipulator. I believe that she learned, obviously, quite a bit from her mother, but she superseded anything that her mother could have taught her because she was the one who was pretending to be the sick child. She was the one who was sitting in a wheelchair pretending that she couldn't walk. She was the one sitting in the wheelchair pretending to be mentally handicapped. Gypsy was the one doing all of those things.
Well, given the diagnosis of the chromosome disorder, I would say that there is a little bit of remedialness with her. Like, she will have some incompetence along the line because of the chromosome disorder.
Right. And she just doesn't want to accept that she's actually a sick person. She wants everyone and herself to believe that she is not affected today by this disorder. And she is. She clearly is.
The way
Killing
she
two
walks
birds.
currently, it shows. The way she's walking now, since she's had the baby, it shows. And the wheelchair will be bad.
It's the way she walks, the leg weakness, the hand weakness, the odd gait, the eyes, the muscle spasms, the inability to cognitively function. There's a lot that's going on that she is hiding behind the scenes. Like all of those lists and stuff that are up on her walls everywhere. All of that is to help her function throughout the day. Because
she tried to say that those are for Ken.
they're not for Ken. They're for her. ChatGPT and I talked at length about her chromosome disorder, and her chromosome disorder requires her to have constant reminders of things that she is supposed to do throughout the day because her memory is so short that she forgets. That's the reason why she can't remember one lie to the next, because she can't recall. Her ability to recall information is very, very poor. Plus, she has a very low IQ. She has the IQ of like a third grader. And yes, the hypersexuality also. I wonder if that's really true about the ex-girlfriend of Nicholas reaching out to her. Yeah, I don't think he had an ex, because he's very socially awkward, much like Ken, very socially awkward.
Okay, Marilyn asked, do you think she had multi-personality disorder?
I've thought that, yes. In her book, she mentioned something about multiple personalities and how her mother had 8 different personalities and 7 of them, you know, hated Gypsy, or one of them hated Gypsy or whatever. And I think that every time that she talks about somebody else, I think that she's projecting her own emotions, fears, or situations onto someone else. So I absolutely believe that Gypsy could have multiple personalities. Absolutely. Say that I've been in several abusive relationships before, and to the point where I was so terrified, I would not have stolen anything from anything. I would not have taken money. I would not have left the house. Like, I was so terrified of getting hurt that I would not have done anything to ruffle any feathers to make myself, you know, a victim of being hurt even worse. So the fact that she was, you know, holding her mom up at GUN point, shooting BBs at her, stealing money, stealing medication, this does not sound like somebody who was scared to death of their parent. This to me sounds like a troubled teen, a troubled teen, um, looking to explore the world and getting into trouble. That's what it sounds like. So, really quickly, I did not know this, but there are other photos of Dan, you know, the guy that Gypsy was infatuated with before Nick. And in the photos that Dan has taken, Ashley Baby has it on her page. Dan is talking about how he is a 500-year-old vampire. I don't know if he called himself Victor, but he definitely was taking photos of himself in a vampire getup, saying he was a 500-year-old vampire. I want to say he called himself Victor as well. And Ashley Baby was like, so you're going to try to tell me that they both just had the same, you know, 500-year-old vampire named Victor. They both had the same thing. And Nick was, and Dan was obviously before Nick. You can tell that this was something that Gypsy was pushing onto Nicholas as some sort of fantasy that she and Dan had already started playing out. And she wanted to continue to fulfill that fantasy with Nicholas by having him play that role, play that character. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. She's just a weird character in general. I feel like watching this back over, there's even more things that I didn't pick up on the very first time when watching it, like those little pieces where she was talking about, why is this my life? This and that. Like, she says she took care of me and that I needed special care. There's a lot of things in here that now make sense knowing what we know about her illness, the her needing special care shit, because even now she needs special care. Like, the fact that she thought it was a good idea to have a baby when she doesn't even know how to take care of herself proves that she's not all mentally stable. You know what I'm saying? She's not mentally there, because any 33-year-old woman coming out of prison would not have immediately gotten pregnant before they got their driver's license, before they learned how to cook, before they took a parenting class, before they did anything for themselves. She immediately wanted to get pregnant. And that to me says that she still very much has the mind of a child. You know how children, I'm going to have a baby and it's going to fix everything. It's that whole mindset. I'm going to have a baby and all my problems are going to be fixed, with this baby. Very immature. Very emotionally immature thinking. Okay, you guys, it's getting late. I love you so much. I will see you tomorrow. Yeah, even Rod knew. Everyone knew that she wanted to get out and have a baby. She's been talking about having a baby since before Nick. Even when she was with Dan, she was telling her mom, she was probably threatening her mom that she was actually pregnant, which is probably why her mom wanted her to take the pregnancy test, to make sure that she wasn't pregnant, because she was probably threatening her. Like, we had sex, I'm pregnant. You're going to have to let me see him, because that was her attitude with Nicholas too. All right, I'm going to go. I will see you guys tomorrow. Remember, I'm going to be on at 8, and then we are going to watch Ryan's live together. So let's hope that Ryan has a lot of interesting things to say that we have all been waiting for. I really hope that this is the time that he finally voices his opinion and, sets the record straight with what he's done and how he's been harmed through all of this. I love y'all. Bye.